As you offer yourself as a living sacrifice, John 15 talks about, as you abide in him, he begins to produce those buds of fruit in your life that eventually feed others and plant new trees. I love the way one preacher put this. It's a little bit of a long quote, but listen. As a follower of Jesus, the Spirit of God is in you. He's not just rushing upon you and then leaving you. He actually has rushed upon you and dwells in you now, so that you might be turned into a totally different person and be transformed into the image of Jesus more today. That's the Spirit's desire in your life today, to transform you more and more and more into the image of Jesus. More tomorrow at this time than you are right now at this time. Looking more like Jesus, thinking more like Jesus, loving more like Jesus, speaking more like Jesus. See, when God plants an acorn, he means an oak tree. He means for that to be an oak. That's what he's doing in you, believer. That's what he's doing in me. It doesn't look like that yet, but it's on the way. And he's working it out. He's doing it in your life as you submit to him. And you know why he does it that way? You know why he's transforming you? Because that brings him so much more glory. Like, that's what this piece, the Holy Spirit's transformation, what it does is it reflects God's glory. Like, it shows him off to the world. When you are progressively changed into the image of Christ, it shows God off to the world. And notice what verse 18 said. We behold the glory of God, we see it, but then verse 18 says we're being transformed into the same image from one degree of glory to another. Like, this is the ultimate purpose of your transformation in life. God's glory being displayed through transformed lives empowered by his Spirit. That's what he designed for us. Like, when we live as these kind of Romans 12 Christians, and we offer our bodies as living sacrifices, we serve using our gifts, we are looking to overcome evil with good, we're loving even our enemies, we're loving our brothers, all of that. When we do that, Romans 12, we become mirrors, reflecting God's glory to the world. And so we're changed by God's Spirit, absolutely we are, but that's not merely for our benefit. Not so you can walk around and say how powerful of a Christian you are. He transforms us so that God's own glory shines through ordinary believers like us, living extraordinary lives empowered by the Spirit of God. Man, that shows him off. Now, I mentioned Moses earlier. It's the context of 2 Corinthians 3. In Israel's exodus from slavery in Egypt, there's an interesting part of Moses' life that might often get overlooked. See, Moses went up to the mountain, Mount Sinai, to meet with God twice. The second time, when he came back down from the mountain after seeing the glory of God, he comes down from the mountain and his face is shining with the glory of God. And he gets down to the camp and everybody is terrified because they know the glory of God could strike them down at any point, that they could die because of it. And so they're like, hey, Moses, no, you need to put some over that. And so he veiled his face so they wouldn't see it. Do you remember what 2 Corinthians 3 talked about for us? For those of us who've been made alive by the Spirit, who've seen God's glory in the gospel, that need for a veil has been taken away. Because here's the difference. The glory that we behold is a new covenant. Moses was on the old covenant. We're under a new covenant that will not fade and that will transform us into the same degree of glory from one degree to the next. That's the difference today. Because of that new covenant of God's grace through Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, this is the unveiled face that we shine brightly. We don't have to veil it anymore because it's good news that people don't need to be afraid of it. They need to see it and say, man, I want some of that. That's the glory of God shining through the grace of God in our lives. Our lives are intended to reflect God's glory to this dark world. That's the reason God did this. That's the reason God created you, Isaiah 43 says. That's the reason the Spirit recreated you, Ephesians 2 says. This is so you and I would behold him and walk in the Spirit's transformation in our lives so that people will see our good works and glorify our Father who is in heaven.